Okay, we're live. First thing, I'm gonna get rid of my chips because I listened back to them on the video that I previously made and it was fucking cancer. Okay, so this is the first game we played versus eDoxa. I'm gonna put actually this here. The only thing to note real fast about comps would be like Azir and Jinx match each other out in terms of scaling. Caitlyn and Syndra match each other out in terms of scaling as well. So we have two main carries and two sub carries. Both early game junglers. I don't know who has the better matchup of the two. I'd assume Olaf. Two engaged supports and two side laners. Well, one of them wants to split push. So this guy only wants to split push. This guy wants to team fight. Now say if we do a 1-4-0, where the enemy has this core 4. For them it's really hard to engage besides Rakan flash ult. Nothing else in this has any like sort of engage. And even Rakan flash ult, it's hard to engage on these two. We do not need to engage because we have a winning side lane. So we could just pressure and let our side laner win. And then the other thing would be, if we want to engage, we have slightly better engage than them. Nautilus hook, it's more reliable than Rakan W. You could R and W forward, obviously, but Nautilus hook could reach these two targets, where Rakan RW is a bit more telegraphed. But if he has flash, he has a better engage than Nautilus. That's pretty much it. For junglers, they could kind of gank a bit everywhere. I'd assume for volley it's kind of hard to gank these two. It's a lot easier to gank mid because of Syndra's setup. And it's generally easy to gank top before 6 as I think they could just burst him. But if he ever gets counter ganked, we just lose. So like if we get past early game, our jungle is winning, I assume, because he'll end up being slightly more useful than Volibear. Okay, and keep in mind I obviously watch already the game. This is more of look back into it and see what happens, why things happen and all that kind of stuff. Both teams standard, see word, reset. One quick note, if ever you're planning to run back towards top side, this is actually a viable strategy where you come and you sweep. Oh wait, I should probably put the scoreboard. I forgot to put these two. If you come and sweep this and then you give your jungle and your top and mid the word, they actually get level 2 off the first wave. So like if you come here, sweep as Olaf, you do not hit the word, you just let your two other guys take it. They get like, I think it's like 6 to 9 XP from it respectively, and then you get level 2 off it on first wave, which is pretty good obviously. I'll mostly leave it on directed camera unless I see stuff. We decided to start top lane. Is bottom lane really gankable? We just want to start up because of one thing that our previous coach when I was an Essential would say is that if you want to start blue, you should start Machete, and if you start red side, you start Talisman. I assume because the AoE, you get like more, you regenerate more from these two camps with Talisman, while you do these two way slower if you have Talisman here instead of starting Machete. Wait, no, is that like a nitpick? I'm gonna play it a bit fast, because obviously I'm not gonna dwell on every single mistake that will happen. Okay, we're going for full clear. I hope we communicated that they started bot side. The main giveaway is There's a sword over here. That's like generally a really easy giveaway that Shen did not leash. Their bottom lane's also late. That's the second giveaway, or like the more standard giveaway, I guess. Let me put this on preview mode. There you go. So it lags a bit less. I think we DC it here, yeah, and then we stop the pause, whatever. Really aggressive trade. One quick note, you should hug the other side. Because we know Volibear start bot side. If he's mirroring your jungler, so like if he's also going for a full clear, then he'll be on the top side. If he's not mirroring your jungler, he'll already be on the top side anyway. Because he might look for a gank or something like that. So like if he decided for what, if he did this Gromp red, he could already be here while you're doing this. And we haven't seen him, so that's just like small thing real quick. Plus you also kind of lost the trade because of minions. So if you were on the other one, you tank less minions. If you are on the other side. Okay, we go for full clear, they go for crab. It's mostly just farming all over the place. That's a really good hook. Okay, clean disengage by Rakan. Really good. Catching on that this guy is being retarded. Does he blow flash here? Yeah, okay, good. So we got a free flash. Don't have timestamps here, well. I guess because it uses like a different type of client. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Sorry. I like it like this better. Oh, and then... yeah. Back to directed camera. So should have communicated that Volibear is still top side. He didn't show for the bot crab. It's not that you really outplayed the fuck out of them here, or like you just manhandled them. Really good walk away instead of like staying for the last basic attack and letting yourself get killed. The Shen shouldn't have walked away, you should have just stayed and like admitted that he's gonna die. Because if both of you die, Shen gets the kill and you get a kill, it's actually better for them. Because of the way the wave is. That being said, you made the best out of the worst situation. Okay, this was really grief recall. You get stopped, and then if Volibear was around mid instead of going directly to full clear, mid could have actually frozen the wave really hard. Well, you have to blow TP, but it's not the worst. It just looked really grief. Okay, good catch again. We're recalling, yeah. Okay, we're trying to get Cole and BF Sword. Maybe just BF Sword plus boots. Like, so far this early game was really well played. It's like we got the ganks on bottom lane, top lane survived the ganks, and actually got like turned the gank around. We are 1k ahead. We're being able to spot the Volibear. We're actually like pinging where he'll go because of Zach's word. Spotted him walk like this, so we know which side he's gonna be in. So for like the next 2 minutes we should be able to keep track of Volibear. Give blue buff to mid, I think. This camera always spans towards top because they keep basic attacking each other. Okay, this was this the Griff one? No, it wasn't this one. It was later. Okay. Oh no, we do heralded and red buff. Okay. Do it the other way. You could do it the other way. I think the other way is better. You could get this, take plant out, you do this. Your side lanes could both maintain perma pressure. Mid just shoved their mid laner out. So what will happen is you finish this, you rotate, and then their mid, maybe Syndra will be like this area by the time you hop over the plant, and then Azir could come join you because he'll just finished shoving a wave. Top lane could just perma shove, exactly what he's doing. Once he finishes that wave, he comes as well, they assist you. Because I think we actually die for that red buff later, because you're doing the goal. It's nothing wrong with doing this, but you cannot invade him after. That's exactly what I think will happen. Yeah, he's batting directly through the red. Yes. Because now what happens is Syndra's off a recall. Syndra's actually ahead in gold of Azir, right? Although CS discrepancy. Top doesn't really matter, just Shine versus what's his name? Mordekaiser? Whatever. I'm obviously not gonna, like, you could definitely ult way earlier here and then flash to actually take this, but those are like personal mistakes. I'm not, or like not personal, like individual mistakes. I'm not here to correct that. One thing that I will definitely correct, like you guys should never like fully commit onto this. It's one of the things I was talking about is that know when to dip on a play. Like Morn, it's very dead here. Unless he flashes and actually takes the plant over, none of you could save him. Like, you're too far, you're just leaving lane. I understand we're looking probably for something afterwards, but we should just never do that. And even at this point, it's just dead. Kenny should not go. Azir should just ult them away and then W for out. Cut losses. Because they end up having like a numbers advantage and we still take the fight. Which could go like really bad. We still end up killing the Rakan. Because Will was, or like his Mordekaiser, and he just sends a level 7 and he kills him. At this point, what I was saying before, like after he ults him, you guys should communicate. Like, do you finish him? Do you not finish him? What's happening here? Because you two are just kind of like sitting around doing nothing. You just need to like block this path. You do not need to walk like this, because if you walk like this, then these two come in, and now your guys like way out is like cut. You know what I mean? Instead, you guys walk up, and now you're getting flanked back. That was a really good Jinx rocket. Okay, so they end up getting the other two. Like, maybe Will never makes it alive, you know? Maybe he makes it alive if you guys lock like this. So then he just walks up and then you guys walk out. You know what I mean? So like, Will gets the kill and then he walks up like this. Because we're blocking this path, now Shen and Syndra, well, I'll just put double S, they are here. So if they want to chase them, they have to like try to either walk past you two or to just like ignore you. But either way, like Will make it out and then you guys just run this way. And then the play is finished. Although very worst because of the Jinx are Will gets hit here and then maybe Volibear loops all the way around. But I still think Will make it alive. But anyways, that's like that play. What's the status after? Ahead in ADC by 400, support 200. What is this? 300 in mid, 1k down more or less in jungle, and then 1k ahead. Yeah, so we're pretty much ahead all over the place. Okay. Azir hasn't recalled here. I think this looks very risky, but could. We have TP, we don't. I didn't pay attention to your movement. Did you just run straight from base there? Holy. No, you did red buff and then you did it. Oh, okay, that's why we did it. Okay, okay. No, it makes sense then. It makes sense there, okay. Okay. No, that makes sense. Because we saw Volibear recall and Syndra also recall. So that's good. Okay, one common thing, we saw Volibear recalling the top side. Where could he be? This is the one that I was talking with Cruiser about. We saw him recall up here. What is it, like a minute ago? Whenever Dragon was taken? Does it tell me? 123, so probably 1023, so probably like 10 minutes we saw him recall. So 1 minute later, where would he be? Make your bets. Also, this guy gives it up like so hard. I think we knew something was gonna happen, or we're setting up a gank pot. I think that's what we're looking to do. It just happened that Olaf was bot as well. Cruiser's doing his best to bait them, but he's like, yeah, it's so good, Rakan is going on me. Then Olaf shows up. Good flash. I don't think anyone dies here. They TP. We run out, right? Yeah, that's good. We're doing a play top. Overall, we should have knew that Volibear is here. If we communicated that Volibear is there and we did this like consciously, it's really good. If we didn't, I guess Cruiser and Kenny will never like step up all the way here, so it doesn't matter. If we didn't like say that Volley's there and that Olaf will counter gank or whatever the case might be. Okay, this was really sad to watch. You guys have a really hard time. Oh, what the fuck was that interaction? Right, he gets him. You guys have a really hard time to kill him. One thing, you probably could have ulted him sideways. Maybe he goes over the wall and then makes a bigger chase. I don't know. Okay, Olaf is shoving. You guys want to drop the Herald. Kenya's running mid. Really good. You know, Fiesta will happen mid. This I thought was really grief. Because if Syndra just presses E, she catches you in the thing, but their mid laner was not the greatest. It was really greedy, but it ended up working. Okay. Syndra is really oblivious to what's about to happen. Or she was very up. Oh no, I remember, I was talking about this. Okay, we'll do this one thing. What is this? This is 1236, right? Yeah. Okay. This is how you play the lane when you're not setting up a gank, right? You're stepping up, you're looking to trade. You're daring her to walk in range, right? Even though she has like a bit of mana. This is like generally how you play the lane. But now you have... Was he here? Oh wait, they killed someone bot. Oh, I remember. Okay, okay. All this thing was happening. This was really good seen by Cruiser. He knew that he cannot be there. If they have 4 people on the bot side, as they did, you obviously do not... I don't think you saw Rakan recalling. You should never sit under turret. You should always be like here. See if they will show up through this vision. They also took your vision here after. Well, they actually just warded and then ran. So well played by Cruiser. Can you should have followed Cruiser? Where's this? Was it this? Right, because you've been pretty much playing the lane up in his face this whole time, and now when your players are coming, maybe she doesn't step up because she's not confident because doesn't have scattered a week. But up until like this point, now you're playing at max range of your soldier. You know what I mean? And it's like, maybe he's not actively thinking about it, but it's about like how you like play the lane, right? If you just change your style of play all of a sudden, granted you have like little mana, but you still have enough mana to shove the wave if you want it, even face stack Syndra and then get out. Syndra could catch up into like, okay, something's off. This guy, like nobody's bot. This guy's playing max range of soldiers. He might be like trying to lure me to walk forward, stuff like that. Oh, okay. Greedy Kinney. You should never walk up to take that. This will kind of happen in the mid game. I think if you watch the macro guide thing, it's you should walk to clear this ward after you guys shove the wave, because then Jinx answers, and then you guys can walk over here, right? The two of you, and even if it's like Volibear and Rakan, you could. It's much safer for you to do it like that. If Jinx like hovers like bottom of the river here, then you know someone's coming to you when you clear the ward. That's a really good bait. Can't tell if it was a good bait or if the enemy was just stupid. Like 10 seconds ago or like 15 seconds ago, they went on. Maybe they thought he recalled. But anyways, this ended up working really well for us. Shen didn't finish. Okay. I don't know what's the call, if you guys are just saying TP, TP, TP. Or look for TP. This is fine. This is a fine one. This is like very reactive TP. Don't think you guys get anything. I actually double TP. Hold up. I don't know how to put it. It's like Olaf is shoving mid, so it's not the end. Bottom, top, it's in a good wave. Like this will go into the resource idea, right? Like say if the wave was all the way over here, and then shoving back, or maybe Mordekaiser had a freeze for whatever reason. Then maybe he wants to look bot first to see what's happening, and then decide to TP if it's absolutely needed, right? Or it depends on how you say on the comps. It's like we need a TP here, we need a TP here, or maybe you say look for TP bot, or can you look for TP, you know, stuff like that. Like this could go all the way up to like at this point, right? Like they're looking to do a play on bot or something like that, right? Because this TP comes really late, both of them. Like the guy is pretty much dead, right? He's 100% dead, both TPs go off. It's like the play is finished, right? So this was definitely not a call of we need a TP. It was more of a maybe both of you were looking bot and you decided, yeah, maybe we could TP here. Or obviously you don't know where Volibear is, but he hasn't shown yet. You could wait until he shows and then you TP. It's like just obviously wasted resource, but it's more about how you guys will communicate it. Because you can communicate it in the sense of like, sure, in this case Shen, say if only Shen TP is here. He's consciously giving up maybe like one wave, maybe two waves, that a wave that will come over here too, to make this play happen, to potentially unlock the bot turret, right? But this reactive TP will never like unlock us gold besides countering their play, if that makes sense. Anyways, and then I think once you get her flash, you should just walk mid. Obviously you tried to do this, didn't work. It's whatever. Mordekaiser insta recall. Olaf died mid. I think you didn't ult early enough or something like that. Okay, you decide to shove mid. That's good. Like, you don't need to walk a turret. You never unlock this turret here. If Syndra's around. Even if she's 0-0-0, you'd never unlock it. But yeah, anyway. It's not to bash her, it's just like to, you know, reinforce certain things. It's like, what could you do instead of that? I'm just like, hold up. Instead of this, maybe you could walk, clear bottom side vision. There's one word here, take scuttle. Maybe look to reset the gromp here into Herald. Or you could look bot, since like Caitlyn is gonna stay to attack turret, I think. Oh no, he has reset, never mind. You'll probably just get scuttle and chill. Like, you already got the minion gold, this is very unlikely to get. You could get this instead. It's like, obviously it feels really good if we could get the turret. But is it realistic to get, you know? This is not just for like more specifically. It's just like, same thing with the Azir. It's like, this exact thing is the exact same, like, I'd want to say like part of the brain is like, dude, but if we kill Jigs it's so good because then we unlock turret, right? The 2 or 3 of you could stay and then unlock turret. Olaf goes match top and whatever the case might be. And then after you guys shove wave, Azir could walk mid, right? It's the same thing, but is it realistic that you reach her? Maybe not. This is more, obviously more of a, this is more of a like a mechanical issue. This is more of a decision issue, right? They get Herald. The Jinx didn't recall. You don't really want to get in this position. They should just drop Herald. They're not dropping Herald. Oh, this grief. Maybe they don't get it even with the Herald. What happened here? How do we get in such a... Because we knew they were on Herald. We clear wave. What's happening then? Okay, Herald sound. You do not need to walk this far up. It's certainly not this far up. Like, sure, I know you're safe. But picture if you're... I assume you do the exact same play if your turret is even half HP. So safe is like here. Then it ends up happening the exact same thing. Where, because Syndra walks like this, you have to go over the wall. So then you have to pad like this around. So then if your turret's half HP, they could just drop the Herald and unlock the turret. This first turret. Right? So it's just like, this is a decision making thing. It's like, we know they just did Herald. Should like respect the fact that they did Herald. And now you obviously cannot walk through here. Now listen, you have to walk around. I was thinking maybe it could have dropped Herald, but no, it like maybe lives it like here. And you don't have enough range champions there to like do it. Alright, Cruiser. Put in the legwork. Oh my god, okay. That is not the legwork that I was expecting. By the way, you had a good decision. Come on. Mid side. They drop Herald bot. It's perfectly fine. We do not have Mordekaiser here though. So what is happening? Oh, we just TP'd top? Is that what happened? No, what is this? It's still bugged. Oh, it's 4 minutes. Okay, it's okay. So we do not have TP. We know dragons coming up. What's the plan? Are we fighting this or we're not fighting this? This should be a conversation that we're having a lot earlier. By this time, around 1 minute mark, it's when you have this conversation. So that way, if say if Mordekaiser is caught in lane, or if Caitlyn is still caught in lane, and you're like, okay, I'm almost at gold for IH or whatever the case might be, I could shove one more wave, reset, and then be around this area by like 30 seconds or like 20, like 25, 20 seconds. So you can like start to put the vision in to play for this. If they decide to go for full bot, if we have all 5 members here and we decided, okay, we're contesting this dragon 100%, we can just push for mid turret with the play that like we discussed, like, because you have everyone here and maybe Jinx is not yet reset, which will like be the case because I don't think she ever resets before this, and they try to do the hero play bot. You get this, pressure up, Mordekaiser run stop, pressure up, and it plus you'll end up getting whatever the jungle will be up at that point. This is the conversation that you guys should be having before. Are we fighting dragon? Yes, no. And then once you get in position, like if you get like in the favorable position, obviously like in the midpoint, or you're like both teams are fighting over this specific position, you have the conversation of like, okay, do we value the dragon or do we value gold? Do we value gold? Then okay, turret should be the answer. It's almost dead, you know. But instead we don't do either. So what I was looking at is that Cruiser puts in the legwork to come like this, which is like the right play. Like he ends up walking like this, which to me signifies that we're looking to pressure Drake like this, or we're looking to zone them to run for mid turret, right? But we don't do either. At least from what I remember. Right, so Cruiser decides, okay, it's too late for me to recall. So he cannot recall anymore. He didn't get IE. Probably because you guys didn't have the conversation before, blah, blah, blah. Then we end up deciding, nope, we're just gonna go bot. They get dragon, okay. So say you guys get in this position, what's the right answer? Bot turret's already dead. Will they push the second turret? Very unlikely, because the main reason why they will not push the second turret is because there's 2 people here. You see Syndra. Shen obviously might have ult. Does he have it? No, he used it like relatively recently, so you have an idea that Shen ult is not quite up yet. What's the right answer here? You could just have Mordekai's recall, catch this. Caitlyn, Azir, walk up, take this. And then, so it will look something like this. So Caitlyn and Azir are here on turret. Mordekaiser takes base. He runs bot, and then these 2, so like support jungle, you zone them like this. You have like good enough vision to know where they are not. You know that Volibear was just bot, he just dropped Herald, so, and Jinx is also there, so they have at least 2 bot. So Rakan is the question mark that you don't know where he is. Actually no, you know 3 people are bot. If you have Kate, Azir, just walk up to this, you probably end up taking the turret. Olaf walks like this, you walk like this, zone, you recall to catch the Herald in case the 3 of them decide to actually just run it down bot, so they do not get 2 turrets for our 1 turret. And then they're faced with a decision, like, can they do this while they're giving mid turret? If you guys get mid turret here, like say Azir and Caitlyn are both over here because you guys were together at 1 point, once you finish the turret you have the option to walk down to dragon. You see dragon. And now these people are like off guard. And then you don't even have to like fight it. You could just posture in this area, zone the other 2. Maybe you decide that we're not gonna run down at them because Mordekaiser will not be here. Maybe he'll be like this area by then. So then you want to give time for Mordekaiser to arrive here as well. But the enemy cannot do this, though their only option will be to engage on you. Right? Through like this corridor. So they will be like kind of in this area, Syndra and Shen. You have these 4. You have them here. And then you could like walk up to threaten, and then you just have Nautilus sit on this side. They will not be able to do dragon. The three of them will not be able to do dragon. If ever you just see an opening, you could just blow it up, and then you keep running down. right? But anyways, this is like getting like way too theoretical. Essentially, we should have just gotten this turret. Because like one dragon is not that big of a deal. It just kind of sucks that they got the turret for free. Because we were like discussing maybe we're fighting dragon or maybe we're not. Okay, so what's the plan here? What are we doing? Let's see where Morn goes, because that generally would tell me what the team is trying to do. Okay, so it's running straight bot. Okay, you're trying to get a gank off bot. Okay, respectable. Okay, I don't understand why you stop shoving. This is the same thing us in mid lane. You randomly stop shoving, while before up until this point you're shoving, right? Against a better mid laner or like a better player, it's not even about being a mid laner. It's just against a better player, you figure out something is not right here. You just stop the auto attacking the waves. Like here, let's go before this guy is here. Right, so you get here. What do you do? What's your first thing to do once you get on the wave? You obviously shove it. You are not looking to freeze it, right? So that's the first one. In lane, you generally look to position really aggro and hit him. So now this wave appears, and like, oh, you start hitting it, and now you're like, oh shit, okay, hold up, my Olaf is here, I should not hit it. Right, so against a better mid laner, if he catches onto this, you guys are not getting this kill. Plus the other thing is that these people are coming. We don't know that either. So how can we prevent this? Well, if we get the Syndra skill, that's really good. 1 for 1 while the shutdown goes on Azir is really good. But how can we prevent this thing happening over here? Obviously you end up leaving. But say if Syndra was smarter and she didn't fall for their zero ult, then these people reach here and now you have to run with Olaf. So maybe you guys are just on the back foot and straight up losing, right? It's kind of like, you know, in chess when someone blunders. Yeah, that's a blunder. So Volibear is here. She walks down. They 100% are gonna rotate down here. She has no reason to even show in this wave. She can literally just sit at max range and make sure she doesn't die. Or she doesn't take any trade. Right? Because Volibear there, it's already behind us here. But instead she decides to walk up. Like she's gonna want to shove this wave. Like it makes absolutely no sense. So how can we prevent this? Well, first, this is a fine cheese play. But if you guys realize, like here, you guys see Rakan walk in. Let me use your vision. Let's go like this. Okay, you shove. Let's see what's happening here. We know we're setting up a play bot because I assume you guys are communicating. What can you guys do? You shove the wave. What do? Walk in here. Get vision. Walk here. Check this bush. Leave a word. Do we have words? No, we actually do not have words. Well, why do we not have a pink word? Did we just reset? Well, didn't we reset? Or am I retarded? When is the last time bottom reset? Okay, we have one pink. Cruiser didn't have money. Okay, that's fine. What do we do with this pink then? Okay, Olaf is looking to reset. Blue word. Why is this lagging all of a sudden? We don't need to clear we know. Okay, so this is the thing that we should decide when you're doing a 1-3-1. You can, in the previous seasons, you could allocate vision on both sides, right? Because you'll have like an infinite amount of words. This is like maybe 3-4 seasons ago. But this season, you guys have to consciously decide what side you're gonna put all your vision in. So like this big word doesn't do anything for us. I know you know there's a word there because you probably just saw them place it. But say if you place it here and decide, okay, we're gonna play towards the 0. Because if you're not gonna play towards the 0, and then you decide, no, we're gonna play towards Mordekaiser because we value this third for whatever reason, right? Because Mordekaiser's already ahead. We're gonna play towards our strong player, right? Then this word still doesn't make sense. You want to wait for Olaf to get around, and then after you guys hit the wave, so whatever Cruz is doing here, I'll show you the exact moment. We'll say that Olaf is around this area by now. If we said we're gonna put all our vision topside, then you guys could walk in. Caitlyn has mid prior, so she could stay in the middle, act as a word, get a word here, maybe go and put another word here, right? And then maybe where would you put your pink? You just leave it in this thing, and Cruiser maybe use his blue word here, right? There's like an easier setup. This is a lot more communication about like word, but it's just essentially like this word doesn't do anything. It's better in this side, but in this side it doesn't do anything. There's no Baron up, there's no objective up. Like, what is this, like 2 minutes until Baron? So that's if we're looking to play towards Mordecai. These are like some words that we could do. If we're looking to play towards Azir, same thing, shove wave. This chase could work, right? You don't necessarily need Olaf, but then you two need to both walk down and check this bush. Maybe you could pink it there, because we have this word to cover the map. So where is the only way, or like you don't even, maybe you don't even want to pink there, you just want to put it in the pixel. You know what I mean? Because we cannot push this far up, because hold up, if you look at the minimap, they still have all 3 turrets. So how are they defending? They're defending like this. How are we defending? We're defending something like this, right? So they could walk in here and get vision. It's worth for them, because once the wave pushes in, Syndra could walk like this and walk towards mid or whatever the case. But so then how do we defend? We could either block this entrance if we're strong enough. Caitlyn is strong enough. Caitlyn Nautilus, I don't think you guys insta-die. Maybe you want to have, obviously then this blue word doesn't make sense here. You just drop it here or here. And then after you have Nautilus, use your pink word over here or over here, whichever side you guys feel it's safer, depending on what the enemy is doing. So like in this case, you see Rakan, he finishes recall. You're doing the right thing, you're just doing it on the wrong side. You're walking to clear vision top side. Did we discuss we're gonna play top side? If we didn't discuss what side we're gonna play, then that's the issue. Because you guys are placing and clearing vision on the top, which feels good for Will, but jungle and mid are doing a play on bot side. Right, okay, so they shove. We see Rakan. First red flag. Okay, they're clearing this side. Someone should talk. Rakan, it's here. Zach and Morn will not do this play if they know Rakan is here. I see no pings, no nothing on the map. So I'm gonna assume you guys didn't communicate that. Whoopsie doopsie, who appears a few seconds later. It obviously still ends up working, but it worked because, as I stated earlier, it's Syndra's fault. We had the initiative and then the enemy just played into it, is what I mean. Right? I'm gonna reset this real quick. So I said 1838 because it's bugging me that it's so laggy. Obviously, I think in the game 2 we actually fixed it because I was talking a lot about this specific thing because I noticed it where me and Bravo were spectating. This is when it happens. Okay. There's no sound. It's gonna blow my ears in a second. Hold up. Okay. It's too loud. Okay, whatever. Azir lives. Let's move on. This Jinx has no reason to step this far up. This is again, good play from us, but Nautilus is on a ward. This Jinx is inting. These two people just inted the past minute. If I'm their coach, I'm flaying the shit out of these two because the rest of their team had the right idea. Collapse on Azir. Jinx, all she has to do is sit under turret. Give the like, she's dying over 1 minute. Like, could you believe this? She sees Nautilus. She sees Nautilus. Like, what is this? Nautilus is just casually sitting in here, and then this guy is inting. Like, and then these are the people that complain about ADC being a weak role. It's like, this guy could be Syndra, and you're not walking up. Whatever. And then they end up wasting Shen ult as well. Good flash, good trap and flash rather. So anyways, we come up really ahead because Syndra griffed, Jinx griffed, and now Shen tried to salvage Jinx, so he ulted her. So now we're getting top tier for it. This is again, it's good that we're looking for this kind of plays and looking to punish people's mistake, but this is not per se like our good play. It's more of an exploitation of the enemy playing really bad and making mistakes that like diamond players should not do these mistakes, should not die for free there. Like those mistakes were 100% just int from both of their from their carries. Okay, so now we have Azir top side. We're getting blue buff. We have 1 minute. Oh, sorry. Which one's dragon? Am I retarded? Like, this is the dragon, right? Is the mountain dragon? Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, okay, it's the mountain dragon. Okay, what's the comms? Are we playing for this dragon? Yes, no? Okay, I'm about to find out if we're... Alright, well. Same thing. It's again, like... I know if you watched I did a macro thing that I was talking about, or like the video that I put, you're aware of what I'm about to say, but obviously I'm just gonna repeat it real fast. They have prio on mid. Our Azir is not yet on the map, per se. He's not yet on the map. They even spotted Azir walking towards bot. Syndra shoved the wave. What does Syndra do after you shove the wave? Well, it's what everyone should do after you shove the wave and you're not playing a 1-3-1. They don't want to play 1-3-1. They want to do 1-4. They could do 1-3-1, but if they have a better jungler. Like if I have a more duelist jungler. If they have Hecarim, 1-3-1 works really well. But the issue is once we have Olaf, wait, let me, like, they could force us into a 1-3-1 because Syndra bits Azir isolated, right? These two kind of like even doesn't really matter. Mordekaiser slowly wins, but Shen is not there to win. He's just there to clear under turret, which is what he's been doing up until now. But then you have these three. Why do they not want a 1-2-1? Because she's getting outranged by Caitlyn. Nautilus counters Rakan. And then these two, they just match out each other. So they have a losing 3 in the middle. You want to have a versatile 3 in the middle, but you have a hyper carry in the mid. So she doesn't offer much else besides once she reaches 3 items. So the goal is, they use the power of Syndra, shoves the wave, and then she runs in the mid to contest vision. So that way, they could set up the dragon. Because the dragon is coming up in 1 minute. It's exactly the play that teams will do. Now what should we do? We should sit tight, sit maybe over here, start to sweep Sweep our jungle maybe. You could put a pink ward here just to clear. Because I see you have two. But you absolutely never face check this. Like both Kenny and Morn, you never like walk in here until we cleared the next wave. Until Azir clears this wave. And then someone shows over here. The only time, if nobody shows in here, we can walk in. It's if we also have Azir here. Because then, sure, we're face checking into something. Do we want to face check into something? Then it comes to that decision. Yes, no, right? If we don't want to face check into something, we could just have Kenny blind hook this. Whoever he hooks, we start a team fight, right? That's like a completely different decision. But for Mac, like that's more of a you want to start this team fight or whatever. You could use soldiers to check this bush, soldiers to check this as well. You could use wards just simply. But anyways, I don't want to ramble too much on it. I know this was a very poor game from you, Morn, and I think the next game is a lot better. This is not obviously to like single out anyone. This is just to reiterate what should be done. Okay, so this is what they do. They shove mid, now they walk in our jungle. Azir gets the recall off, which is good. Before he gets caught. Oh no, never mind. It doesn't matter. We have 10 seconds on Dragon. Did we decide we're giving this? Okay, we TP mid. What do we do here? Let's see. Shove mid. We have perfect mid prio. We just saw Jinx show up here, didn't we? Let me see. We have TP on Mordekaiser and Shin also has TP. Okay, they just did a trade. Could poke onto Jinx before Baron. Oh, Dragon, sorry. Okay, we TP. Azir got here. Rakan is clearing. You two could just loop around here once Azir finishes his TP. So like at this point, Kenny and Morn, you guys can walk like here. The three, because what will happen is the two of you will walk through here. You know that Syndra and Volibear are somewhere in here, right? You don't know exactly where they're in like this dark maybe. So you could do it cautiously. You could like walk up until this point, wait for Azir and K to get like maybe like this line, and then you walk forward. So you attack them from two directions. Because what will happen? Jinx is over here. She's really late on their rotation. So if you guys attack this position first, then Jinx is gonna be isolated from the rest of their team. Unless they decide to absolutely fight here. You know? This could be like a calm, something like Jinx is caught, she needs to walk all the way around. Something like that. So you guys like have Giga Prio. Okay, what's happening here? We see Jinx. Really good. But we also saw Rakan walk in here. Rakan is not here. Where is he? Where's Rakan? Oh, we found Rakan. I mean, this is obviously like mistake. Azir should never like be over here. You should just have. Let me go slightly back. Like at this point, just clear this. You just saw Syndra, you scattered a weak. You clear this. You have Kenny and Morn posture like this. Azir behind him, Caitlyn behind him. Caitlyn is still like pretty far, right? She's like somewhere like this area or whatever, kind of. So you just clear this. If you do not face check this, they could just decide to engage on you, right? But if they do not decide to engage, they have to walk around. If Caitlyn gets in position, like gets next to Azir, and then you two decide to face check this. When you're face checking that, and then you obviously know that Jinx is on this side, people should already tell Will, look for TP. Like, be ready, a team fight is gonna start, look for TP, or could you TP right away when you do from the start of a team fight? Right, this is obviously Zach's mistake for face checking. You two are also not oblivious to what's happening. Like, you see these two, but we don't see Rakan. Like, where's Rakan? Okay, Zach just dies. So anyways, they pretty much like ace that team fight. Can we save the TP though? Where are we TPing? Oh, we're flanking TPing them. I guess this will come down to how we discuss of the team fights we want to play. Because we have a really strong front to back, right? They also have a strong front to back. I guess it's not the worst TP, it's just slightly far. Like if the word was like here, this is really good. Or you could also TP, maybe not in the Dragon Pit, that's kind of int. You could have TP'd here even. Like you don't have to TP behind him, obviously. You could TP here. This fine is just like too far. Like the team fight in the mid game, when you are looking for TPs, this goes for both. I mean, for all three lanes rather, because cruiser sometimes takes TP. You want to figure out, would the team fight be over by the time my TP is finished? This is one of those cases, right? Your TP finishes, fight is over. Azir is dead. We got 1 kill. By the time you walk here, the fight is over, right? And then at this point, you should just walk away. There's nothing to like salvage. Just walk away. Okay. You realize it a bit too late, but it's okay. Okay. Then you try to get a kill. Alright, so I'm not gonna re-go over it. You saw Jinx walk here. You're missing Rakan. There's only one blank bush. Azir doesn't need to face check this. Kenny and Morn could face check it, or Caitlyn could walk put a trap, or Azir could soldier check this bush rather than try to soldier poke Jinx. Okay, nothing's happening for a while. Their team doesn't really want to do Baron. We don't want to do Baron either. I think they do the exact same thing. You see, like they finish wave, their team is pushing for vision, or they finish bot wave and then Syndra is pushing for vision. Because even if this wave is not finished, how many people could answer to this push? Azir's bot, Olaf and Nautilus maybe, if Nautilus is not mid, right? So they still have like numbers advantage. Syndra answers. Now we do the right thing. We push in. We're like, alright, Azir is here, guys. Let's push for vision. This guy is inting. Whatever. He's not inting actually. He's just a one trick. What can you do? Okay, now what? Now what's the plan? Go and match bot again. Okay, fine. Oh, winning top? I guess so. Because like... Do we use both sweepers there? I think that's kind of it if we use both sweepers. Okay, Kenny sweep. Does Morn use his sweep as well? Oh god, please don't use your sweep. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. This could be fine. Except there's no objective on the bottom side of the map. What is the enemy gonna do now? Well, we'll just put vision all the way here. Mordekaiser cannot split push on this side anymore. So Mord and Azir should swap. Because there's no team that will show like 4 people up here to unlock this turret. While this turret is still up. It's like way too hard. Because then we just shove mid. We give this for this. The other reason why Azir should be bought is because why Mordekaiser should be bought is because Shen will match him, right? If Shen is stopped, they're just trolling. Because what's Shen's objective here? He wants to TP to whomever the fight is gonna happen. But if Mordekaiser's bot, they cannot go bot because Baron is up. Like I'm fucking having a stroke here, finding the right words. It's more of a Azir could clear top and walk mid, exactly what he did, what he's doing here. Mordekaiser could clear wave and stay here instead of like not being able to walk up to this wave because he doesn't know where the enemy is. Now he sees them, so he's safe to face check here because he saw like two people mid. He sees the guy comes up, he shoves, and now he's out, right? Like he cannot walk past like this point in top lane, but if he goes bot and the turret falls, he could go all the way up until here, provided we could give him like maybe one ward in this area or enough vision on Baron so he could stay like maybe in this area while we pressure Baron. Whatever, nothing's happening for a while. Their team doesn't know how to set up Baron. We're just farming. We don't line swap yet. This is how you do not play at 1-3-1, by the way. What the enemy is doing. You guys are just waiting on the next dragon, which is in 40 seconds. Just fine. You can just decide you want to farm. They keep Shen top, which is fine. Really good pressure. Hello, Cruiser.
Yo.
What's up? Holy shit, you're so loud. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Sorry for being late.
That's fine. Let me lower the settings. So I'm streaming it on Discord plus this.
Yeah.
Plus recording, kinda. Okay, what happened here? Alright, so this is the good thing. There's no wave, we have numbers. There's Syndra showing bot, we're pushing for vision. Yeah, good. Very good. These two people have no business being here. But Mordekai's already here. Okay, they rotated Syndra. Now Volibear is caught. Now what should they do? They should probably just have this guy reroute like this. With Syndra. Instead, he's just fapping over here while not realizing that they have no mid prio. Like, this flank doesn't do anything besides zoning himself off. Because in the event that they decide not to engage onto us, we just zone Volibear from here and we could like keep pushing for turret because we know he's on that side. So this is good play. We're just forcing mid. And they're ending into us. The Zero Terry just kills Jinx. Oh shit, I did not. Okay. Okay, we get Drake. Go top. Now we're finally gonna send Mordekaiser bot. There goes top. Oh, never mind. We still have a Zero bot. How did you get here? So confused. What? Weren't you just top a second ago? Did you recall it ran bot while Mordekaiser's here? Wait, what? What is this?
Check more duel, see if he's crows or something.
Huh?
Can you check your clothes. Put them here if you want me to wash them.
Uh,
These were like in bags last time.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then like do laundry.
Okay. I'll do it in a bit. Okay. Does it not have enough gold to recover something? He gets Banshee off back. Yeah. Where are you? We have both TPs. Why are we running bot? Decide to run mid, then we're like, no, we're gonna run bot. I'm so confused.
Either lane would be fine, like for them right now, right?
No, Azir should be top. Mordekaiser should be bot because I talked about it earlier. It's if Shen is bot, the red team cannot put any vision on bot side, so they have to put all the vision on top side because of Baron, right?
Yeah.
So what will happen if Mordekaiser's top? He cannot split push. But if Azir is top, he could just clear wave and then walk in like this to clear vision with his team for Baron. And inherently, because there will be no vision on this side, Mordekaiser could walk all the way up to here, which he cannot do here. Because this would be like the contested zone. Like say we do not get to put a word over here, then Mordekaiser is just sitting here doing nothing, just clearing wave and then that's it. So Mordekaiser should be bot. Azir should be top, just clear wave, rotate. Maybe like...
It's like Azir didn't want to match Shen since he was like top at the moment.
I mean, you just win this. He has only Spectre stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Did you just reset right after? What's happening here? No, you just run mid instead. We're just A-ramming. We decide to just start Baron?
Yeah. Zach said we had like a shit ton of Baron damage.
Yeah, we do a lot of damage, but this just... Okay, we're 3k gold ahead. How does the enemy team come back in this game?
Big pick on team fight.
Or we're taking Baron damage into this. Like what happens here? The soul lag is kind of painful to watch, not gonna lie. Okay, there's a few things that they did really wrong. Syndra TP'd mid instead of... I don't fucking know where else. I know, I guess she doesn't have where else. Why is this so laggy? Jesus. It's because I'm recording it as well. Hold on, I'm gonna change your quality. I'll put it to 30 FPS on your side. Then I'll put like 480. It'll look for your side a bit more pixelated, but maybe it fixes this. Okay.
It's lagging for you still, you just gotta restart the game.
Oh really? 2903.
Could you change back the quality for me?
No, we're keeping you on budget until I see that it works. It looks like it fixed, yeah. Yeah, that was what was the issue? Okay. It's like, please put me back. I don't want to be on budget. Okay.
Take my eyes. That
Okay.
ward is essentially a really good ward for them.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Like, okay, what I was saying is that the only way they win a team fight at this point. Let me get these two back in. We have 3 items Azir, 2 items Syndra, granted that's dead cap. Their Olaf and their Volibear and our Olaf are pretty much just tanks. Mordekaiser hard wins side lane if we just leave him in the side lane. ADC, big gap in like items. It's about same items, but he has QSS for Syndra and Recon, right? We're 3k ahead. Are we on a timer? We're not on a timer. If they reacted to this like a lot quicker, this could be really bad. But I guess we could just sneak it. It might be actually a fine call. Okay, Rakan go like, okay. This is what I mean by the enemy plays are really bad. You have people, there's this notion in teamfight where people will engage on like, say you have a full, like a good CC, right? But the CC you have doesn't kill them. Like look at Volibear and look at Rakan. Rakan goes on these two, right? Which is a good RW, but in this context it's useless. It doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna be here to damage these people. If Syndra was like in this area, then this is really big. You guys just die. Both of you. Pretty much. Even your QSS doesn't cleanse knockup. Volibear goes on Baron, they're like really split, right? So this was like, how fast can they react to this? I want to see how fast they see it. Like at this exact point, you see the soldier Syndra should TP. They're waiting so long. Right? Syndra TP is there, then she's like generally behind them. She walk past. It's ended up working, and it's not false that we have immense Baron damage, but we almost end up 50-50ing the Baron while we were like 3k ahead. And then if again it comes down to the enemy, if they had like Syndra answer much faster, they might actually win this team fight. So what should we do instead? This is not to say that it's a completely bad call. It's good, but you gotta be aware if you're bait, like you can do this in the hopes to bait one of their TPs out, right? You bait the Shen ult and maybe Syndra, and then you kite out. You kite out through here maybe. You know what I mean? Or you just look to turn onto them when they show up. But you don't want a 50-50 a Baron at this point. Like sure you do a lot of damage, you don't know where their Volibear is. We actually see him here. And we still start a Baron. It's like the only way we lose this game is if we give them Baron or we take a really bad team fight at Baron. So what should be the other play? Well, we could just send Mordekaiser here, Azir here. You push Vision in, like I say in the video, like you push Vision like this area. After, like you hit wave, you rotate in. Same thing on top, you hit wave, you rotate in. Syndra will have to match on top, generally. And then what will happen after you guys pushed enough times in to get vision? After another, like say, push, get vision, push more aggressive, maybe clear the wave here or here. Keep the vision. That's why you'll push aggressive. So like if they come to contest you, you just go there and like, no, this is our vision. And then you can start the team fight with it. Or you could give up maybe one of them, and then after you clear, you sweep it back and you leave another word, you know, in that idea. But what will happen is that instead of them, when you start Baron, they're already here. Right? They already have a character here. What will happen is they'll be where Shen is. You start Baron, and now they have to walk all the way through here. And let's watch Shen. Does he make it here in time by the time Baron is over? It's a 3k. How many players could make it over here in that time? Maybe other people will be in this area because they'll have to cautiously check around, right? They cannot just run through. They'll have their tanks, obviously face check things. You could also just set up a dead bush at that point. You could have some people hit this, and after you clear the vision and decide to not hit it, then you run like this path to engage them. Like this, like the Baron in itself, it's a fine call, but you guys are so ahead. You're not using your waves or the gold advantage that you have. You're just taking them in a straight up fight that you're put at a disadvantage. You have Baron, that's like reducing armor and magic resist on all your carries or like all your champions. So you're essentially like handicapping yourself to like how to maybe this is more like a 65-35 win, right? But you could make it like an 80-20 or maybe 90-10 or whatever. You know what I mean? That's just like my comment on it. This obviously ends up working and you get a penta, spog, and then we end game. Do we?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Oh, we fight a Baron or whatever. This is their last desperation play. Okay. I'll stop this one recording.